The Auraria Library is looking a little different these days. After a new entrance on the north side and several renovations on the inside, the project is in its final phase. We sat down with Shay Swagger in one of those new rooms to talk more.
All right, well, Shay, thank you so much for being here today and talking with us, or actually having us here today. So there's a lot going on in the library right now. Talk a little bit about what's going on.
Yeah, so we're wrapping up a multi-year, multi-phase renovation of the library, and so this is like the central hub on campus where students come, do their homework, study for exams, and we revamped the whole thing. So we're trying to make sure that students have everything they need in the course of their research and their studying, and we made sure that the students were at the center of every design decision that we made. So we have more group study rooms, more outlets, more tables, more seating, more lights, more of everything that you need and a lot less of the things that you didn't.
So talk about some of the specific renovations then, beyond the what we can see right now. Talk about some of the bigger projects that happened with this renovation.
Sure. So a common complaint was that their Wi-Fi was terrible, and it was. It was slow. And so that was a big priority of the new space. We wanted to make sure that people connecting to the Wi-Fi was quick, was easy. We have a lot more lights. We have more technology. So even the room that we're in is called the Make Lab. So you can do things like 3D printing, 3D design, and that was not something we ever offered before. We were able to because of the renovation.
That's really cool, and that's what we were just kind of talking about. All this stuff right here was printed right here next to us on the other side, so that's really awesome. Cool. Well, talk about some of the other things that are wrapping up right now.
Sure. So we installed a lot of acoustical paneling. So we wanted to make sure, like the first floor was a nice, loud, collaborative space where people could work and feel comfortable talking with their friends. But then the second floor, that's where like deep quiet happenings. We've actually got a space called Deep Quiet. And we made sure that the acoustical paneling around the stairways was something that's going to keep the noise on the first floor and keep the quiet on the second floor. We're just about to wrap that up.
Cool. And how much longer can students expect to have this work going on?
Probably this year, so probably in the fall. We're going to be starting our last space. It's called the Innovation Garage. It's actually going to have a garage door, concrete floors, mobile furniture, some more hands-on, messy kind of work that can happen in a library. So that's going to probably be wrapping up this fall.
Cool. So for students that maybe when we were going along through the process, a lot of students found maybe that it wasn't easy to access certain things. In the end, it's all worth it. And so maybe talk about how long this has been going on for now. And,
oh gosh, 5 or 6 years. It's been a long time. And so first of all, I want to thank all the students for just being patient with us. I know it's been inconvenient having entrances shut down and move, collections move around, but I really do think it's worth it. I think students are going to see the collections, the spaces, the services are going to be really improved, more intuitive, and just nicer to be in. So it's coming to a close pretty quick.
And then one of the things we talked about too before we sat down here was the classrooms upstairs. If students are interested in, maybe they're working with a group, how can they reserve one of those spaces?
Yes, we've got an online reservation form. They go in, they can plug in the dates, the times, the rooms, and so it's reserved. It's got a little electronic panel on the front of the room that shows, like, I reserved it from this time. So it really helps with that transition from group to group. There's a clear documentation on the wall. But yeah, so you've got group study space on the first and the second floor. So if you need to work in a group, we've got TVs that you can come in, plug your laptop in, and project the things on the screen. So it's pretty nice.
It's really cool. All right, Shay, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
Funding for the library renovations came from the state, private donors, and interestingly enough, the lowest contributor came from you, the students.